when our world was one of the last standing against the BORg. Desperate times called for desperate measures. An augmented army seemed like the only viable solution. What do you want to know? One of our brightest scientists, an egotistical Nakaj, created a protomatter-based serum and worked together with the Symbiosis Commission to experiment on select hosts and symbionts. What do you want to know? The Commission helped track down some of our best symbionts, and by that I mean symbionts whose former hosts had stood the test of time, fought in countless wars, and thwarted previous BORg onslaughts. They were resilient and ruthless in equal measure. What do you want to know? The Commission helped track down some of our best... What do you want to know? The Symbiosis Commission used a protomatter-based serum on the symbionts that was supposed to heighten their psionic abilities and provide them with biological tools to resist assimilation. Instead, it drove them to madness. And the BORg absorbed that madness when they one day broke through our world's defenses and assimilated all of Trill. What do you want to know? The Commission used the Tegan family's mining company to facilitate the extraction and stabilization of protomatter across our entire galaxy, and then used it to experiment on my people. When it became clear their project had gone wrong, it was already too late. The BORg were on their way. What do you want to know? How were they able to break through the Trill's defenses? And how were they able to establish such a firm footing in your universe? And what about our allies? Starfleet, the Federation, the BORg Cooperative. The cooperative you speak of doesn't exist where I come from. In my universe, the BORg gained the upper hand in the incursion of 2409, when they invaded the Vega colony. The crew of the USS Aventine, one of Starfleet's finest, was tasked with a crucial mission. They abandoned the ship when the BORg boarded them. Their mission was unsuccessful. According to reports, anyway. I helped retake the Vega colony from the BORg and drive them from that sector. But of course, you never made it because you left. I wonder who captained the Aventine. As far as I can tell, they're just a horde without a head and no one to guide them. Trust no one who wishes to be their queen or otherwise control them. They can't be controlled and they can't be bargained with. Striving to do so only ends in doubt. Now these BORg seek out protomatter as sustenance without knowing why. I don't know how so much of it ended up aboard your array. There's none of it left in my universe. You're right. This might be hard to believe, but I owe you. The other you. Back in my universe, your counterpart was one of the leaders of the uprising. You fought alongside me in the faction wars of 2411. On the eve of the fall of the Federation, you gave your life in battle to protect me from an incoming blow. So even though I'm eager to get to Trill, I'm just as eager to repay you. Any version of you. You've got my word. Lead the way. Fight our way through this array and make it to primary antenna control so we can reverse engineer the tri-quantum beam and close that multiversal portal. Let's hope we find your bridge officer along the way. I'll also be collecting Chimerian pustules. Director Hugh of the Cooperative is calling in a favor. Actually, I could use a hand, if you see any along the way. And turn off that tricorder's voice output, would ya? We're practically announcing our next move to the enemy.